Okay guys, so I got another one for you today. Another Issac O tile coach here video of a shower that failed. Hot mop, this is real common where he's out in California. Over here in New Jersey, I haven't come across not even one of them, but they tend to fail. It's basically using like tar that you put on your roof, on a flat pitch roof. You hot tar it down. That's what they use in the shower, and obviously it doesn't work very well. It has worked. Can't say it doesn't because they've been using it out there for many years, but it does have some failure rate to it. Obviously, that's why he's making this video. So I'm going to go through it and see what he's got.
The hardy backer is embedded down into the dry pack.
Yeah, so when you have your board down, that's a wicking material like a cement board. That's a fiber cement board, which is hardy board. Anytime it gets wet, it'll wick it all the way up.
Mold is growing on the hardy backer, coming up in these channels where the ridges
are mold there.
Yeah, so that's
ridges aren't collapsed, but I'm telling you, in most tile installations, ridges are you aim to collapse them, but most times they're not completely collapsed. You obviously want to have that happen, but reality is it doesn't happen most times. I mean, that's what it is.
This is completely
mold.
Guess this shower is probably about 20 years old, but the customer called me out.
Still, for 20 years, they got a lot of life out of the shower, but it's probably been leaking for years.
Because they have signs of water damage underneath. They had an inspector come when they did a.
That's completely rotted out.
Filled it up a couple inches. They had water dripping down below. So we're going to try to figure out where the leak is coming from. There's some of the telltale signs of damage. When you look at it, I see some cracked grout, I see some efflorescence down on the floor. Typically in this area,
well, efflorescence does kind of lead to a leak, but at the same time it doesn't. It's just you know, stuff you use in the shower, getting into it could cause that, but it's not always a for sure sign of a leak.
When you see like the quarter round trim on these porcelains, that's usually a sign that the walls were floated.
Yeah.
But as I look in,
caps that edge nice.
Over here, it looks like it's 1/4 inch hardy backer, which isn't a typical installation for a professional in this area. At the time that this shower was made, pictures from underneath looks like there's mold and water damage.
It's completely
there, so
rotted out.
We're gonna start from the top down, see what we
completely
can
gone.
I think
that whole bathroom floor is gonna have to be replaced. Hopefully the joists are okay. I mean, most bath remodels I do, shower remodels as well, the shower is rotted out, the whole floor, and then a lot of times the bathroom floor, at least the first foot to 3 feet or so outside the shower when you first walk out, because people just get out the shower and usually they're soaked, especially if you have kids. There's more water on the floor half the time than there is in the shower, if you know what I mean. So it gets crazy. So typically that's all, you know, rotted out. Sometimes, not often, the joists are rotted and you have to replace them or at least sister them up. So that does happen, but not often. So, yeah.
I'm going to start with the bench because that's where most of the efflorescence is. And we'll find out what happened with the shower and what they did wrong.
Let's see what he's got.
They got a mortar bed on the bench.
Let's move around here a little bit.
Damp. It's a darker gray color. This is the color of the fat mud when it's dry. So
I haven't used fat mud before, because that's what you use for when you float a shower. I haven't floated one, but float my shower bases, but not those. But yeah, the curb sees a tremendous amount of water. It's such a low horizontal surface that it's so critical. I mean, it's critical to have your whole shower waterproof, but down low is the most critical. That's going to see more water than your roof ever will. People that don't know that, now you know.
It looks like, you know, this has some water in it, which isn't a huge deal, but maybe that water's wicking up and over. That could be a possibility as well.
Oh yeah, water can wick up and over the curb. I mean, if you look at that, it could come up the curb from the inside over and then down, and then comes onto the bathroom floor. Then you have your mortar that's set with, you know, that you set the tile with, and that can wick it and start pulling it out way away from the shower, rotting out the floor there. Again, that's why it's important when I do full bath remodels, I waterproof the whole inside corner connection from that curb to the floor there, that inside connection right here. Then if I can, and most times I can, I waterproof the whole floor at least 3 feet out, if not more, if not the whole floor. But waterproof as much as possible. The way I do things and more modern ways that we build our bathrooms and showers, they're going to last you for an extremely long time. I mean, nothing lasts forever in reality, but we do everything we can with modern materials, with people that actually care, like myself, to do things right, have your name and reputation and your whole family, and everything is on the line when you do a job for people to make sure that it's done right.
But this fat mud's dry here.
Maybe they stopped using the shower for a while. Dry it out. Mold it out. And you can see right there, you took off that piece of base. You could see that in all showers, the waterproofing is going to wick outside the shower. At least, I mean, if you look at the industry standards, like he's showing all the book here, all the codes and whatnot, it'll say in there that where the shower door ends, you want to have the waterproofing at a minimum of 3 inches past that. So when we do full bathroom remodels, I'll come way past that. And when you paint, you can't even tell. You could paint on a liquid membrane there and come past the shower at least 3 inches, if not more. I try to go as far as I can. We'll still be able to finish it and not have anything look, you know, not good. But especially down low there, again, from the first 3 feet up, you're going to see a lot of damage. And a lot of showers will rip out right down low there, by where the bottom of the bathtub is, or your curbs here. You're going to have a lot of damage there. It's just a real common area. Water finds its way.
Because it looks like maybe a possibility is water is wicking up and over and coming down here.
It doesn't even matter. Yeah, it will do that, but it'll wick straight across there. Because you have all absorptive materials, and water's going to want to settle if there's a lot.
Because it looks like this.
Yeah, completely gone. I see that all the time. So those studs probably have mold. That bottom plate, I mean, you're talking about some damage.
Straight down into the crawl space below. So the subfloor has been eaten away right there.
No doubt about it. No doubt.
Yeah, here's the backside of the baseboard. So there was a shower door on here, correct, Ron?
Yes.
Yeah, so there was a shower door. There could have been a leak that was allowing water to come in, but more often than not, so you can see that the hot mop is damp. The water wicks up and over and tries to find the path of least resistance, which is usually right here. So
exactly, water will find a way. Now he's going to jack up the floor to see what we got. I mean, it's not going to be much to see. So you can have a mortar bed there. You're not going to see much until you get all that out. See the floor below it, so we'll skip that. Alright, so now what he's talking about here is the weep holes around these 3-piece drains. Again, old school stuff. Steer clear away from these methods, guys. Even if you're in California, there's better ways to do things now. But what he's going over here, what he's showing you is you have these little weep holes. They're like little holes around where he's showing there. Not at the top, that's your drain where the water goes down, but down low, when the water gets into the mortar bed, there's little holes around the drain. So that way the water could drain out through those weep holes and then actually go down the drain, because that's where most of the water in your shower is going to go. Well, let me say, most of it's going down the drain as you shower, but as the water goes through the mortar bed, goes down, it's going to into the mortar bed, it's supposed to go into those weep holes. A lot of times here, I believe this is clogged. Let's see.
Stuff here. There's weep holes in the base of these drains And all drains that use these type of system, they have weep holes. Really important to keep them open and protected so that they don't get clogged. Because if they clog, that's when the water starts to really back up and find a way out of here.
Oh yeah. So typical failure. I mean, it's unfortunate, and a lot of people. The problem is with this is that when you see failures like this and people have issues, and again, if you watch my previous reaction videos, a lot of times, even with modern ways, and you hire contractors in modern era, like in the last 10, 20 years, what happens is a lot of contractors don't know, number one, or number two, they don't care. One of those or a combination of those, what typically happens. And it's unfortunate because then people go, oh, I don't want a tile shower because it's going to leak or to do that. And in reality, you should never have that problem. So if we all come together and start doing things by the book or better and charging enough money to be able to support our family and stop underbidding everybody, that's a whole nother story. But you know, you guys know what I mean who's watching this. So
yeah, this water level hasn't gone down. There's no weep action coming through the inside of the drain. It's completely dry in there. Isn't weeping at all. This is our evidence, right? Not weeping.
Wow, okay, so it looks like we're showing water just sitting around there. Wow, guys.
Look how much water is just
this is insane. Look.
It doesn't look like it's seeking a way out.
I don't think so. This is bad. This is real bad.
Yeah, so this drain isn't weeping at all.
Wow.
This is our evidence right here, that the system isn't working properly anymore. The weep holes either were never unclogged during the hot mop process or they became clogged at some point in time.
I would say if the shower is 20 years old, if it was leaking since the beginning, it would have been rotted out probably a lot quicker, but also depends how often the shower was used. So regardless, it's completely failed.
Either way, they're not working. This water level hasn't gone down. There's no weep action coming through the inside of the drain. It's completely dry in there. So what happens is over time, you'll get water that comes up and over, and I'm pretty convinced that this is where the water was going out, because we have this
going on everywhere. Come on.
Completely soaked piece of hardy backer. They V-notched it right over the drywall.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so
they put hardy right to freaking drywall?
Hardy backer. This is completely soaked.
Horrible.
This is a completely soaked piece of hardy backer. And it's got the mold stains on it.
If it can't dry, it dies, guys. That's the typical reason. So if it can't dry, it falls apart.
When these cement boards first came out, like hardy backer, people assumed they were waterproof, or at least they didn't degrade in water. They didn't soak up water. I don't know what people thought.
Let me pause there. Yeah, he's correct about that. As far as I did a test. It's actually on my channel here from many years ago. I put a piece of hardy in a bucket of water and let it sit there for weeks, or not, if not a month. It doesn't deteriorate, but it does get moldy. Like if water can't dry, it gets moldy.
There just wasn't a whole lot of information on them when they first started being used, and like this guy was probably like, oh, this is a shortcut. I don't have to float all the walls. I can just do hardy backer. And you can see the hardy backer. Here's a piece of the hardy backer all the way down to the hot mop embedded into the dry pack, and it's completely soaked. And through capillary action, especially hardy backer, because it has cellulose fiber in it, it just whipped all the way down.
Hardy board is a layman's term, easier term to use for it. It's thirsty. It's like a sponge. It really sucks up moisture rapidly.
And let's see what's behind this now. Let's see what this drywall looks like.
Oh, I can't imagine what this is gonna look like, boys. Oh boy. Oh boy.
So yeah, the drywall's just just mush now.
It's nothing. There's nothing left.
Yeah, so that's what was happening. Everything was just wicking up and over and then down into the subfloor and spreading. Because now even these tiles
Oh, well.
are loose. My guess is that the plywood under here is probably all disintegrating too.
I would hope for the client's sake that the floor outside the shower there going into looks like a hallway or something, that it's not rotted out all past there, because now you're talking about ripping out a hallway and all that. I mean, that could really domino into a lot more damage. A lot.
In showers doesn't always work. Our smoking gun, yeah, that moisture was wicking up through the drywall, everything, and just depositing right on the other side. Again, typical of what we see on these hot mops. I think we found our smoking gun. It was that the hardy backer was embedded into the dry pack,
Doesn't help.
pulling all of that moisture up the wall and going down and into the curb. And water in showers doesn't always work in like with gravity. It's seeking, water vapor can move as this.
Hold on, I'll stop there. The water will still go down the drain for the most part. It will work with gravity, but yes, what he's trying to say is water will wick. Any absorptive type of material, just the mortar itself, and then you have a bore behind it that's really, really thirsty, it's going to pull it. It's going to pull it, it's going to pull it, it's going to pull it, and it's going to find more dry areas and keep pulling that to it and just rot out everything. It's crazy how it works, but water gives life and it takes life. That's reality, guys.
Water is trying to evaporate and get out of the shower. Because it's encapsulated under an impervious ceramic or porcelain tile, and grout is very dense, it's seeking to evaporate.
Yeah, that's all dense, but the water still gets through the tile and especially the grout. That's why we have the waterproof in there, guys. Come on.
Out the path of least resistance. So it finds materials like hardy backer, drywall, wood, and as soon as that water vapor finds a path, it's gonna, they call it vapor drive, it's gonna drive to those areas of least resistance. So it's not just gravity. Tile guys, we always think of waterproofing in terms of gravity or like a roof, but that.
No, I don't think it as like a roof as a tile guy. Water finds is when he's what he's saying on a roof, you want to have flashing, so one over the other, because the water's gonna hit and come down. You don't want to, you know, when you're doing shingles, for example, you want to always have that overlap go in the correct direction. For waterproofing a shower, as long as waterproofing, if you're using a sheet membrane, doesn't matter which orientation it's installed. So I'm gonna end it there in this video. But it's just another example. If you're out there and you're looking to have your shower redone, your whole bathroom, maybe you had a leak. I get calls for these all the time. And just do your research. Make sure you hire someone that really knows what they're doing. Just don't hire any like remodeling guy or general contractor that hires subcontracts it to whatever lowest bidding tile contractor he can that has no idea what's going on. Find someone who's reputable. A certified tile installer would be one to start with. Someone who's got been to the workshops, has experience. Maybe they even have some photos or do videos like I do here, something along those lines, and up to date with all the industry standards, and see their work and see if they flood test their showers and whatnot. Just really vet them thoroughly, because having a walk-in shower built in your home is an extremely expensive project. If you do it wrong the first time, it's going to cost you a lot more money to do things twice than to do it right the first time. Spend a good amount of money, hire the right person, get it done right the first time. So I just want to make sure you guys know that. Otherwise, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'll see you on the next one. If you guys like these kind of videos going forward, hit me with some comments in the comment section below. Let me know what you like, and if there's any videos out there that you see that's going on you want me to react to, let me know. All right, guys, see you in the next one. Donnie D signing off.